body of a 30-year-old mother was found in rugged bushland near Toowoomba, Queensland, on the night of Saturday, July 11th, 2026. She had been missing for days, and the people who found her were not police. They were hunters, out searching for wild boar, who happened to cross a stretch of steep terrain that had never been part of the official search. Her name was Jana Armstrong. She was a disability support worker and a brand new mother. And by the very next morning, her former partner, the father of her 4-month-old son, had been arrested and charged. But even now, one central question has never been answered in public. Investigators have never said how Jana Armstrong died. This is the verified record of what happened. Jana Armstrong was 30 years old. She lived in Newtown, a suburb of Toowoomba, a city about 80 miles west of Brisbane. She worked as a disability support worker, which meant her job every single day was caring for other people. Just 4 months before she disappeared, she had given birth to a baby boy. According to her family, becoming a mother had always been her dream, and she had finally reached it. Those who knew her described her as caring, the best sister, the best auntie, and an even better mother to her little boy. Her family later said she would never, under any circumstances, walk away and leave her 4-month-old son behind. That single fact is part of what made her disappearance so alarming to the people closest to her. The father of her child was Dharminder Singh. He was 48 years old, worked as a taxi driver, and lived in the nearby suburb of Harristown. By July of 2026, the two were no longer together. Police would later confirm one important detail. There was no domestic violence protection order in place between them at the time. Now, the timeline. That morning, Jana met her sister Faith Isaacs for brunch. It was, by every account, an ordinary day. Afterward, Jana returned to her home on Gordon Avenue in Newtown. That afternoon was the last time she was seen alive. When she was last seen, Jana was described as about 5 feet 5 inches tall, with an average build, blue eyes, a fair complexion, and brown hair. She was wearing a green and white striped shirt, jeans, and thongs. Police released a description like this because at that point, she was simply a missing person, and every detail mattered. The first real sign that something was wrong came the next morning. At around 6 a.m. on Wednesday, July 8th, Jana's car was found abandoned. It was a white Hyundai Kona, registration 273ZHQ, and it was not parked neatly at a curb. It was sitting in the middle of the street, on the corner of Gordon Avenue and Jellicoe Street. That location was only about 500 meters from her own front door. The car was left unlocked. The road was later partially closed by police, and there was one more discovery at the home. Jana's 4-month-old son was found safe. A baby that young, alone, with his mother nowhere to be found. According to police, Dharminder Singh was located at Jana's home with the baby after the abandoned car was discovered. He was brought in for questioning. At that stage, he was released without charge. With Jana missing and her car found abandoned, a large search effort began. Queensland police were joined by the State Emergency Service and by local volunteers. Family and friends spent their days scouring the bush, looking for any clue at all. The family told police the disappearance was completely out of character and made clear they held grave fears for her safety. The days passed with no answers. On Saturday morning, July 11th, Jana's sister Faith Isaacs turned to social media. She asked members of the public to help search a rural area near Preston Road, south of Toowoomba. The community responded. People who had never met Jana joined the effort, but the discovery, when it finally came, happened somewhere else entirely. Just after 10:30 that Saturday night, the group of hunters made their find. Human remains located in steep, rugged bushland off Hampton Road in an area known as Red Bank Creek. It sits northeast of the city, near the Esk and Ravensbourne National Parks, roughly an hour's drive from Jana's home. This is a detail investigators themselves highlighted. That stretch of terrain had not previously been an area of interest in the search. It was rough, it was steep, and it was not somewhere police had been looking. If those hunters had chosen a different patch of bush that night, it is fair to wonder how much longer the search might have continued. The following morning, Sunday, July the 12th, Queensland police confirmed that human remains had been found. The body had not yet been formally identified, but investigators said they believed it was Jana Armstrong. From there, events moved quickly. Detectives executed a search warrant, and early on Sunday morning, police went to an address on West Street in Harristown. According to reporting on the court proceedings, Dharminder Singh was roused from his bed and taken into custody. Police then made a significant allegation about what they believed had happened. They said they believed Jana's body had been moved using her own car in the period after she disappeared. To reconstruct the missing hours, investigators issued a public appeal for footage. They asked anyone with dashcam or CCTV vision from between Toowoomba and Esk, along Esk-Hampton Road and the New England Highway, recorded between 10:30 at night on July 7th and 1:30 in the morning on July 8th, to come forward. Consider that window. Roughly 3 hours late at night on quiet rural roads. Police clearly believe those 3 hours hold answers they are still working to confirm. That is the stretch of time at the very heart of this case. Now, the charges. And this is where accuracy matters most, so listen closely. Dharminder Singh faces 3 charges according to court paperwork. The first is 1 count of murder, listed as a domestic violence offense. The second is 1 count of arson. Police allege that on July 8th in Toowoomba, he willfully and unlawfully set fire to a motor vehicle, described in the paperwork simply as a motor car. The third charge is breaching a condition of bail. This is alleged to have occurred between June 27th and July 9th. Court records show that Singh had entered a bail condition back on March 5th, which required him to live at an address in Harristown. On Monday, July the 13th, Singh appeared in the Toowoomba Magistrates Court via video link. More than a dozen of Jana's family and friends filled the courtroom for that short hearing. Among them, in the front row of the public gallery, was Jana's 4-month-old son, held in the arms of her sister, Faith Isaacs, who has now taken over as the child's carer. During that hearing, Magistrate Lisa O'Neill directed that a brief of evidence be served by September 14th and adjourned the case to October 1st. Singh was remanded in custody. Outside court, Singh's defense lawyer, Ramli Salakhan, addressed the allegations directly. He stated that his client asserts his innocence and that the matter will be defended, and that point has to be stated plainly and clearly. Dharminder Singh has not been convicted of anything. Under the law, he is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court. Everything police have said is an allegation. The court process is where those allegations will be tested. Nothing has been decided. While the legal process began, the community response grew. A fundraising campaign was launched to support the family. By Monday afternoon, it had raised more than $54,000, with the money set to go toward funeral costs and toward raising Jana's son. Flowers were laid in her memory, and her sister publicly promised that Jana's little boy would always know exactly who his mother was. So where does this case actually stand right now, based only on what has been confirmed? Jana Armstrong, a 30-year-old disability support worker and new mother, was last seen at her Newtown home on the afternoon of July 7th, 2026. Her car was found abandoned near her home the following morning. After days of searching, her body was discovered by hunters in remote bushland on July 11th. Her former partner, 48-year-old Dharminder Singh, has been charged with murder, arson, and breaching bail. He has appeared in court, he denies the allegations, and he has been remanded in custody. The case has been adjourned to October 1st, and Jana's 4-month-old son is now being cared for by her sister. But the biggest question of all remains unanswered. Investigators have still not revealed how Jana Armstrong died. No cause of death has been made public, and the movements during those key overnight hours are still being pieced together, which is exactly why police are still asking the public for footage. This is an active case, and it is far from over. The next court date is set for October 1st, and the investigation continues. If you want to follow serious, fact-based true crime stories like this one, told using only verified court records and confirmed information, make sure you subscribe, because one fact still stands above all the others in this case. A young mother's body was found in terrain police were not even searching, discovered not by investigators, but by hunters who were looking for something else entirely.